Also because the main smuggler of these drugs is the CIA. And this is working as intended. After 40 years, the drug war has cost more than $1 trillion. Caused over 50 million people to be caged, almost all of them poor, including over 20 million for marijuana. It's caused an estimated hundreds of millions of police stops that meet legal definition of kidnapping. The drug war has caused tens of millions of years in prison, separated tens of millions of children from their parents, cost tens of millions of people their education, houses, and ability to make a living. It has caused millions of square acres of pristine land to be sprayed with poisoned. So the drug war has caused tens of millions of people their right to vote. It's killed hundreds of thousands in militarized drug war and U.S.-led murders in Latin America, led to the militarization and widespread surveillance by local police and federal agents of every U.S. city. The drug war has deprived hundreds of millions of people low-cost, sustainable treatments for a wide range of illnesses, cost millions of people billions of dollars in wealth from police civil forfeiture seizures of their property, and has led to mass spread of infectious disease. This is what the drug war has done. The vast majority of these horrific consequences were inflicted on people for personal use of certain substances and exercise of bodily autonomy that other countries have protected, and that this country protects and allows profit for harmful substances like alcohol and tobacco. All of this was done in ways that dramatically increased the racial disparities in every facet of life, and almost all of it targeted the poorest people in our society. Students at boarding schools and Ivy League universities used drugs without fear. Laws weren't meant for those people. The war on drugs is a war on you. That's what this is. It's a war on you that you probably didn't have any idea was even being waged against you. It is. Imagine what this country would look like if the government actually cared about its people. We'll never know. We'll never find that out. Government bureaucrats know all of these statistics, and yet the war on drugs continues in every city and every town every single day. Why would sophisticated people pursue strategies that are so counterproductive and destructive to their stated goals? Well, the only reasonable conclusion is that the war on drugs is not about flourishing communities and ending drug use. It's about profit. It's about racism, surveillance, and social control. Seen this way, the system is actually quite efficient and effective. I'll leave you with this quote from Nixon's top advisors explaining their decision to launch the war on drugs, because that's when the war on drugs started. You understand what I'm saying? We knew we couldn't make it illegal to be either against the war or black. But by getting the public to associate the hippies with marijuana and blacks with heroin, and then criminalizing both heavily, we could disrupt those communities. We could arrest their leaders, raid their homes, break up their meetings, and vilify them night after night on the evening news. Did we know we were lying about the drugs? Of course we did. Incredible to see these lines in a story about some of the biggest drug arrests of all time. So that's a huge drug arrest. And guess what? It's only going to make things worse. I lived the biggest drug crime in the world. We all lived through. And it was for the profit of Big Pharma. And I think you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so the drug war officially completely complete fraud. But a lot of money to be made prosecuting it. Okay, over to stuff.
Okay.